All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's see where this video takes us, guys.
Yeah, joining us now for tonight's big close-up is Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons. Director Lyons, thanks for joining us. We just heard the president say he'd use the Insurrection Act if he had to get things safe. Ultimately, we're looking at that, and we're saying to use the National Guard. My question to you is that the only method and means to protect ICE agents as they conduct their duty, or to protect these facilities as they detain people? Are there not other federal agencies or law enforcement apparatuses that have similar skill sets that can do the same job without having to maneuver this way?
Well, thanks, Joey. Yeah, first, the video you were showing was great because I was happy to see that the Illinois State Police has now come out and actually seen what we've had to deal with for the past month, right? Too many times we called local agencies to come assist us, and it just fell on deaf ears.
Right.
So luckily, under this administration, we have that whole of government approach where we do have the ATF, DEA, the FBI that are out there with their special response teams, as well as our special response teams and our SWAT teams handling the situation. But until we really get the support of the state and locals, that's really key in this situation. And for me, seeing the Illinois State Police come to our aid and now have to battle these peaceful yet violent protesters, if you will, I think they now kind of see exactly what we've been having to deal with the past month.
Okay. Director Lyons, Tomi Lahren here. So Governor Pritzker is trying to laugh off the chaos in Chicago. Take a listen to this.
This is JB Pritzker reporting from war-torn Chicago. As you can see, there's utter mayhem and chaos on the ground. It's quite disturbing. The Milwaukee Brewers have come in to attack our Chicago Cubs. We've seen people being forced to eat hot dogs with ketchup on them. And our deep dish pizza, well, has gone shallow.
Okay, so he definitely made light of the scenario, but also look at where he is. All right. He's not in any type of like actual dangerous area. He is literally in the middle of downtown, guys, by a bridge. All right. Like that's just where he is. It's odd that he didn't go to like the south side of Chicago or the west side of Chicago specifically. He didn't go to like where people are literally protesting. He went to none of these places. He went to the safest place he possibly could to basically make light of something that's actually happening here. Listen, just like how everyone is basically talking about Portland and how Portland needs the National Guard to go out there, basically. That's kind of the same thing that's happening with Chicago, guys. Okay, just be fully aware here. Not all of Chicago is a cesspool, right? Just wherever ICE is generally going to be a cesspool because of his basically, his supporters and cohorts, for the most part here, guys, right? His side of the table, right? Basically. Go to the south side, west side of Chicago, you'll see a different kind of environment and kind of understand immediately why we do need some type of like massive assistance there, okay? And again, we already know now, we have the receipts that legitimately the chief of patrol specifically decided not to send out people for an hour, basically let ICE handle being, rammed by cars and having, firearms basically in their presence also, guys, right? So that's really what it is. He's making a joke of something, but again, look at where he is.
Yeah, so funny. But here's how President Trump is responding.
We're heading to Chicago because we want to save Chicago. Do you know they had over 4,000 people killed in Chicago over a short 4,000 people? And I have to watch this slob of a governor stand up and say that, well, everything's okay. We've got it under control. Then I have to listen to the mayor who's got a 5% approval rate, maybe less. He's an incompetent man. And the governor's an incompetent guy. He's a guy that was thrown out of his family business like a dog.
Okay.
Only our president can put it so eloquently. I love.
Yeah, that's definitely not eloquent, but I get it. Listen, I'm a New Yorker also. This is just kind of how we talk. We talk trash to people.
Listening to it. But on a very serious note, Director Lyons, what do you make of Governor Pritzker using attacks on your agents and our facilities as a punchline for his late night jokes or as an attempted political come up? How does that make you feel? How does that make the men and women who work for you feel?
I've said it so many times, Tommy, and it's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting to have an elected official, poke fun at the fact that my officers, the brave men and women of ICE, who are out there every day, who had bounties on their heads in Chicago, in his city, right, where people were actually calling for the kidnapping and death of ICE agents and Border Patrol agents. And, we had every day, it seems like we're getting officers rammed, attacked, spit on. It's not a laughing matter. And unfortunately, the more that elected officials don't take this situation serious, and don't take the violence against ICE officers serious, it's only going to get worse.
You know, Director Lyons, I saw something that startled me. That was ICE arresting an Indian national, an illegal alien operating an 18-wheeler in Oklahoma. And you can see on your screen now, he was carrying a New York State issued commercial driver's license. It could also be used as a real ID. His first name was listed as, quote, no name given. That's literally a real ID he was arrested with. Meanwhile, ICE has arrested at least 91 illegals operating commercial vehicles following that deadly crash back in August in Florida. That was also an Indian national.
Okay, yeah, it has nothing to do with where they're coming from, but I get it, guys. I mean, listen, the no name given thing is absolutely wild, and I mean that to the depths of me. I don't know why we do this. I know New York is basically, you know, for the most part, known for doing things like this here, but again, there is no border around the state of New York. So guess what that means? That means that these individuals are going to end up kind of bleeding, let's say, into the United States of America. Outside of New York City, guys, in New York State. Understand this here. So what one place does, everyone else has to deal with it. This is why, for the most part, so many people are completely stressed out, pissed off, let's say, kind of regarding sanctuary cities.
And, you know, fortunately, in this latest no-name case, no one lost their life, but this has got to give a lot of pause and concern for people that we have a lot of illegal aliens out there that shouldn't be behind commercial vehicles.
Yeah, a lot of people are
really
buying
scary,
them.
Griff. And, you know, like you said, to see that on a driver's license issued by a state, no name given, and the worst part, there's a real ID star right up there in the corner. I don't know about you all, but it was like going through a security clearance for me to get my real ID. So I can't believe that we're giving illegal aliens who have no right to be here these driver's licenses. You have these sanctuary states that want to go ahead and try to just make it welcoming for these people that we don't know who they are.
That's
and again,
a
these
contradiction,
are CDL
guys.
licenses. These people are transporting hazardous goods, materials at times.
Yeah.
And in some cases, we don't know exactly what they're doing. And look how many American citizens have lost their lives because of individuals like that have these driver's licenses. You know, Homeland Security Investigations is dedicated to working with the other state police departments and our other federal agencies to make sure we get these IDs off the street and arrest these criminal aliens.
And Director Lyons, you guys have lots of work to do on the ground in Providence, but there's also quite literally issues in the air as well. DHS posted a warning on X in response to a flyer that was going around inviting people in Portland to, quote, laser tag tonight at 9 p.m., which encourages the public to fight against DHS by shining laser pointers at the agency's helicopters. Now, that is a felony. Federal felony.
Yeah, it sure is.
Completely illegal.
Right.
DOJ has been prosecuting people for doing this. There's an illegal alien
forever,
in October
for a long
who was
time.
charged and arrested for doing this exact thing. Can you talk about the relationship you have with DOJ in the sense that you have these agitators who are committing crimes against ICE agents, against Border Patrol, but then they have to be charged and held accountable by DOJ? So can you give us a little insight into how that partnership is working?
Yeah, thanks, Katie. Yeah, the partnership's amazing. DOJ is great. They're dedicated to making sure the men and women of Department of Homeland Security, especially in this case, the brave men and women of the CBP Air Marine units, are kept safe. You know, on September 30th, they arrested 4 illegal aliens, of all things, for shining lasers in the pilot's eyes. And that could take a Black Hawk down. The Rose City Antifa group is notorious for these type of flyers, where they even tell their group members
to commit
wear
felonies
masks,
openly,
to use alcohol, to clean off the laser pointers, how to throw them away, not to get caught. So DOJ is working with us to identify the leaders in these larger groups to go ahead and take them out of the source.
Okay, guys, I think we now know. Hold on. So for obvious reasons, I don't think that people should be confused any longer why Antifa specifically has been labeled kind of what they've been labeled. Let's just say this year. If they are openly planning things like this, if they're passing out flyers, showing people how to basically evade the responsibility, which makes sense again because the left generally hates accountability, but you get what I'm saying here, guys, right? If that's what they're doing openly, and we actually know that they're doing this, and there's proof and evidence that they are doing these type of things, and yeah, guys, that's exactly the classification is 100% accurate here. It is what it is. All right. We do see how they generally tend to act during these so-called peaceful protests, guys. This is when a city starts getting destroyed. These are anarchists by default. So yeah, makes sense, guys. It is what it is here. Regardless of what side you fall on, even if you agree with them, you have to understand that the actions specifically that they are kind of doing here is you can easily look at it as kind of what it is. And what it is you know, is terrorism, basically, by default. But either way, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.